everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. So, in this video, I'm going back just a couple of days when it was announced that on January 12th, so that was from yesterday, when Dan Wooten talked about the fact that Prince William and Catherine hired a crisis PR person to deal with the upcoming attack or invasion of two people that are threatening to return to the UK permanently. Let's play this short clip from Dan Wooten first.
That's what this was about. And it was a story revealed, and this is really interesting, by the Mail on Sunday's political editor, which shows you quite how seriously William is taking this. He's hired a crisis management described as bulletproof sunshine. They say as it's as the Andrew and Harry saga rumble on. So this,
Yeah, so they're getting their ammunition together. They're bulking up. They know that Harry and Meghan are just going to be the two possessed demons that they are just going to come in and spread hell again if and when they return. And of course, Meghan Markle's Sussex Squad. This is one of her top Sussex squatters here. Gets lots of views and support. Her, a Marxist communist here, and he talks about it as well. He also pushes, cheap merchandise, in my opinion, on his beginning of his videos. And what I found interesting was he heavily promoted this one. He's like, "Oh, you must buy something from this one. Really great stuff." And does that symbol look familiar? Because it should, because all of Harry and Meghan's followers are Marxist communists, in my opinion. This guy definitely is, in my opinion. And you can listen to what he thinks. It's funny that Prince William is hiring a crisis manager.
And then we'll talk about a couple of other things. And of course, we'll get to the hiring of a crisis manager, which is what you do when you have a crisis. You hire a crisis manager to manage your crisis. If you have a crisis, which some people do. Oh, man. It's something about hiring a crisis manager that just puts a smile on my face. I'm not sure what it is, but crisis managers make me smile, especially when it's for people that have worked my ever last nerve. Yeah, I love that for them. Okay, where are we?
It's just like obsessed with Meghan Markle. Like, she's not Meghan Markle.
So according to this Meghan and Harry terrorist Sussex Squad, in my opinion, Prince William, he's happy that Prince William is getting a crisis management team, because Prince William was getting on his last nerve. It's like, oh, really? Who do you think has the problem here? It's not Prince William. Well, Prince William has the problem of Harry and Meghan. But it's just the fact when you listen to these people who are so, they're paid, of course, and they're paid well, and their channels are very successful as well now. But they're paid to really try to rile people up with this propaganda, and they act like they know these people or something. It's like a real, what's the phrase? There's a phrase for it. There's a psychological condition for people who think they know someone that they see on social media. What's the phrase again? What's the word? It's a diagnosis. It's a psychological disorder. Because he's acting like he knows Prince William. Oh, Prince William's getting on my last nerve. It's like, you've never even met him. How can he get on your nerve? I mean, please, whatever. As annoying as Harry and Meghan's crap is, it's usually in reaction to a video or something stupid they say in a video. But I wouldn't be sitting around saying, "Oh, they're getting on my nerves," Please don't give them the don't give them the ability. I don't, honestly, if I'm not doing a reading or if I'm not just reporting on something, I don't think about these two idiots. I'm not sitting around reading about them or whatever. Unless I need an idea for a reading. That's the only time I go looking around. Usually I go to just the St. Meghan Markle blog or Twitter. Usually Twitter gives me something good, or TRG. I'm all set. That's all I need. I just need a topic to read on. I'm good. Oh my goodness. But I heard the Sussex squad are really crazy. And they act like they're so offended by Rupert Murdoch. I mean, I did multiple videos of different Sussex squatters ranting and raving about Rupert Murdoch as if they're affected by Rupert Murdoch. You know what I mean? It's so obvious they're just pushing propaganda for Harry and Meghan. But the thing is, it's just been going on too long, and they are just Marxist communists, and they're trying to take over this country. They are evil as well, very satanic. But anyhow, I decided, okay, so it's established now. William and Catherine know that uh, the Halatial demon and Harry are coming back, and so they're bracing for impact. And so I'm wondering, how's it going to go for them? I'm going to do a forecast here. I usually use my other cards for this, my Gilded Tarot, but I want to use these cards I don't get to use too often. They're my pretty cards that I don't usually use for a Harry and Meghan reading or something like that. But for this, I'm going to use them. I have a lot of prettier decks that, are more appropriate for like forecasts and things that are not charged, dealing with a heavy issue or anything. So, I mean, not that this isn't heavy, but it's, just a general idea for the next 3 to 6 months. I don't know if you know exactly when is Harry and Meghan supposed to go back. I know Harry's going to court dates this month, so he's going to be back in the country this month in the UK. So let's see. If Meghan's going to arrive again with the window open and waving to people because they need their security and they feel so in danger, right? Anyways, let's take a look. I'm going to start with the anchor and see how it's going to be for William and Catherine. I mean, now their children are older and they understand what's going on and can be affected by Harry and Meghan. I'm sure they're very concerned, particularly by their influence and by their children's influence. If Harry and Meghan do have 2 children, that would probably be a very negative influence. You know how you don't want your children being influenced by other negative children's influence, and that could very well be the case if they're because the children are going to want the children to hang around with each other. That's probably the most concerning thing of all for them. So I would imagine, yeah. So here we go. Let's look. What's going to be the next 3 to 6 months? How it's going to go for William and Catherine dealing with Harry and Meghan, and is this crisis manager that they hired, is it going to be enough? Is it going to be enough? Or will it still, because Harry and Meghan are so evil and they have such a network of Marxist communists like Fulani Ngozi, and I mean, they have a lot of support there to wreak all kinds of havoc and hell and threats and whatnot. So let's see the base. I got the base of the anchor is judgment, a new beginning here. And of course, also being a lot of people watching and judging everything going on. It's going to be major. There's also a whole new life here. And this is sort of being under, when you're being questioned by a detective, say, they put a light, the quintessential movie depiction of being interrogated. You have like a bare light bulb hanging from the ceiling. It kind of looks like this. It's just sort of like, like being tortured. I kind of get that vibe. Like they're going to be feeling tortured at the base of it. Love and relationships. They get the hermit. Yeah, well, they certainly don't want anything to do with them. They want to stay far away. And they're probably working on figuring out how to avoid them at all costs with everything they do. And work here. I get the emperor. Yeah, well, William is already there almost. He's already controlling everything. It's just the ceremony that needs to be done. I gotta tell you, William is much more focused on his taking over things completely, and he is in charge of acting with this, and he's going to be acting more and more. Harry and Meghan, they're going to return. They're going to be meeting, for all intents and purposes, King William, I think. So I'm getting government emperor. And that's the reason Harry and Meghan are going back. I think this is the work that they're still looking to overthrow the government and the royal family and all of that. I think a lot of doing all that. The center of it all, we get the Empress, okay, Emperor and Empress, the King and the Queen here in the center. But of course, the Empress is also the mother. So I think that Catherine is the center of this, and always being by the publicity put in the center. And Meghan always puts her at the center because Meghan's going to always feed off of reacting to her, having people comparing them and, all that and trying to make it seem like Meghan had it so much worse than Catherine, which is not true at all, but she lies and her Sussex Squad lies promoting that propaganda. So Catherine is going to be the target. She's always the main target, right? If it's not when she's got cancer or anything else. So she's the center of it all. Immediate future, I get lovers. Oh, look at this merging together, coming together, this bringing together. Now, of course, lovers don't necessarily mean they have to they're loving each other, but they're being forced to be in the same place and being together. So that is the situation and trying to make the best of it. Wishes, hopes, and wishes here. Strength. Well, they're both looking for strength. William and Catherine are looking for strength to deal with the situation. Of course, Harry and Meghan are looking to gain more power from this because, of course, they have no power. They're failing in Hollywood with everything they do. And in the future, we get temperance. Look at that. Again, this idea of health, well-being, peace. But yeah, I have to see how calm it's going to be. It is going to be health and mental health. They're using the cloak of mental health to push their ideology on children. And of course, to bring censorship in. So that might be covered by the temperance as well, because they do both cover mental health and that topic with children as well. So that may be what they focus on in their different ways. Maybe the focus for the next few months. And also, I think for William and Catherine, it's going to be them focusing on their own mental health, keeping things for their children, best mental health for them, and bracing for impact and how they're going to handle Uncle Harry and his awful wife. So let's see, awful Uncle Harry, in my opinion. But anyhow, let's see how it's going to go. Is a crisis management team going to be enough in dealing with Harry and Meghan and their Marxist communist followers who are always hell bent on bringing hell on earth because it's not difficult enough. They've got to make it worse because that's what they do, in my opinion. Let's see how's it going to go for the next 3 to 6 months for William and Catherine. In general, how's it looking? And then with home life, and then the career. Public, of course, their career being their public, engagements and whatnot. How this all works out with this crisis management team. And then we'll look at relationships there, and also then the future, going into the future. And then a key card to bring it all together. How's it going to go for William and Catherine for the next 3 to 6 months? Their personal lives, home life. Work, relationships, future. All right, let's find out. How's it going to go for William and Catherine? Let's see what the cards show. So the first 4 cards, we have groupings of 4. We have 6. 6 of cups, coins, 6 of discs, which is success. And then Knight of Cups, moving forward in positive direction emotionally. Hierophants, the religious figures are being moral, doing the upright thing in general. And then I got 8 of Cups, moving on, moving away from, turning your back on something. So they're going to take the high road for sure here in the next 6 months. I see them being very quiet. I'm getting a lot of cups here. I'm getting that 6 of coins here. There's going to be so, arrangements made, contracts made, crisis teams bought and paid for, and then they're going to move forward calmly, quietly, and doing things all in the proper channels. And then they're just going to, once they've got things settled, they're going to turn their back on and move away from um, anything dealing with Harry and Meghan, like keeping a distance from it. It looks like I see a lot of ignoring, like they do. They don't comment. I see a lot of no comments coming. It'll all be coming from Harry and Meghan, because Harry and Meghan have been using the provoking with the PR, and then people are like accusing the royal family of racism in the typical Marxist communist fashion of no concrete examples, no names, just vague references, and leaving it to Omid Scobie to slip it in a book and then try to blame a poor transcript person who transcribed it. And what was that, in Denmark, was it, or Belgium? I can't remember which one, but very sleazy with their accusations, all lies. And they're going to try it again, I'm sure. That's what Meghan does. So home life, they won't comment on anything though. They'll be like, recollections may vary. I've got Princess of Discs, which is, which is like a page of coins there. And then Three of Cups. Ooh, celebration here. Happiness with the family. Two of Cups, getting together with others, meetings with others. And Queen of Swords. Oh, an air sign woman here. So with their home life, I see that, again, things are going to go well. I think that there's a particular woman who's going to be most helpful. And this could be the crisis PR woman they hired, or it could just be another woman that they know that's very helpful to them, whether it's Catherine's mother or someone else who keeps things on a positive note. I think that, especially for the children with the page and with communications. So I see that William and Catherine are going to be meeting and greeting like world leaders, while Harry and Meghan are doing nothing, because they're going to have like two entirely separate lives. I see them like turn their back on Harry and Meghan and just showing how much more important they are, like they have been, right? And then with career, we get Seven of Wands. Yeah, so it's with the career that's going to be the biggest challenge with Harry and Meghan. Because this is Meghan with the devil horns, with her Sussex Squad and other demons and demonic energies and Satanism she has behind her. That's coming in, and she's trying to be as destructive as possible to the work of William and Catherine by mimicking them and mimicking their outfits and pretending to do the same thing, like going to Nigeria, fake royal tour. So she's going to be doing stuff. It's stuff like that. And with the PR, of course, Wands, she's going to cause the most hell. And of course, Ace of Swords, she's going to be out for victory and doing new things to try to overshadow them. Oh, and it's going to get really nasty with the Five of Swords here, that snake there. Because Meghan wants to take the crown away from Kate, and she wants it. She hates Kate. And she's got her Sussex squatters who are spewing the same hate and vile and evilness towards Catherine. And yeah, I see Meghan be very nasty with Catherine, with the media. Two of Swords, peace here. But she's going to be doing it in ways that are Meghan, in many ways that Meghan's not going to take credit for. Like Meghan's going to be quiet about it and pretend like she doesn't notice. Just like how the Sussex Squad attacked Catherine. Where's Catherine? Where's with Christopher Boozy all attacking her? And Meghan and Harry remain silent. Like they don't know anything the Sussex Squad's doing. They don't know anything. They know nothing. They have no comment, nothing, right? Even though people were coming out in the mainstream media saying, hey, Harry and Meghan, tell your Sussex squatters to stop. They never did it. And I see a repeat of that. I see Harry and Meghan over here reading a book, pretending they don't see anything. Meanwhile, the Sussex Squad and others are coming out, the Marxist communists coming out with their swords, coming out with their weapons, their words, their nasty vileness, and being very evil, like they are, and being cutthroat and nasty with everything. Yeah, they'll take any little thing they can grab and try to run away with it and make false accusations, et cetera, try to hype things up especially if there's other things going on. Just like the Marxist communists now are trying to hype up that woman that got shot by ICE, which that woman asked for completely. They were getting in their face, yelling at them, driving her car in his direction. It was quite obvious. She provoked it. But these people want to act like, they twist it around. Oh, no, she's so innocent. She's just an innocent flower. You know? It's big bad eyes, And that's what Meghan's trying to do. Meghan's trying to pull the same crap with them, and she's going to be doing it with her Sussex squad because they're all liars and they're all evil. So, in my opinion, love and relationships, we've got the Prince of Cups here. It's like the Page of Cups. I see some sneaky things going on here with relationships. They got to be careful who to trust because I got the Magician. I got some PR shenanigans here going on. But this could be this is a prince over here. Is it like a child? I think it's not like, is that like a page? It's princess is like a page. So I guess this is, yeah, it's not Knight of Cups. I think this is like another. Oh no, this is like a king. Okay, is that like a king? Okay, I think he's a king. My apologies. I don't use this deck so much. Got the queen. Oh my goodness. Okay, the prince. And this one, the prince is a king. I keep forgetting when it's that Thoth style where it's a queen and a prince. So yeah, so this is the King of Cups. Okay, so this is the King of Cups card. So important because that's William and King Charles. And you see, okay, so now we're talking about, this having to hire the crisis manager. Here's William. William's facing off with the snake. So I see the main battle, and this is the area of love and relationships for William and Catherine with others. So I see that it's really going to be between William and Megalodon, the real face-off here, the real taking on the evil. He's going to be the one shutting her down and shutting them down. Of course, he's using PR, just like Meghan and Harry have been weaponizing the public relations and everything. And then I get, Princess of Wands, which is like Page of Wands. So, of course, it's media. And this could also be a young lady like Charlotte or something playing into this. I think this is, okay, things are going to get very sneaky. I think Meghan in particular is gunning not only for Catherine, but for Charlotte. And I think William, like Meghan doesn't want to go there. William's a Cancer dad. So if Meghan takes one faulty, one move towards his children, she's going to really learn to regret it. And I got 8 of Swords. Ooh, look at that. Prison. Look at the word underneath this card. Interference. Just like Meghan had Harry try to claim that she was interfered with by her father. Now, that could be a kind of innuendo that Meghan may try to pull against William and say, oh, William's interfering. I see something like that possibly. But this is also 8 of Swords, which is usually a card of prisons. So hopefully William is able to get Meghan out of prison. That would be good. But otherwise, I'm seeing problems here that William is going to have with the snake for sure. So you got to look out with that one. I see this is a difficult situation here for sure. And then going into the future after this, I get oh my goodness, things are going to go from bad to worse. Let me tell you, things are going to get really nasty. Okay. So things are going to start off slow, as far as how nasty things get. But they're getting nastier as time goes on. I got some bad news. Oh my God, Knight of Wands. Yeah, Harry and Meghan are on the attack with the media again and the social media. Then I got Ace of Cups. It's something new, very emotionally, stirring people emotionally again with either racism or some other craziness. And again, with their Sussex squad doing that together. And in the long term, I get 6 of Wands, some kind of victory here. So hopefully this is for William and Catherine, the victory, because this is William and Catherine's reading. But at the same time, it's not an easy victory. At the bottom of it all, we get 9 of discs, 9 of coins, gain. It's like, who stands to gain from this transaction? So everything Meghan does, she's always looking for how can she financially benefit from this, etc. Is always motivation. How much money can she get? How many of Diana's jewels can she get? Kind of a thing, if she can. So that's really at the base of it all. She's greedy. She wants the crown. She wants the popularity. She wants the money. She wants the lifestyle. She just doesn't want to do anything for it because she's lazy AF. Okay, so repeating cards. Do I get anything repeating here? I don't believe I have anything repeating from the anchor over here, which is probably a good thing because that means in general, uh, there's no particular area of life that's going to take main focus for the next 3 to 6 months. It is going to be one. I'm getting swords and swords and swords as the ending cards. This one I've got wands and cups here. So I'm getting a lot of swords around with everything, with home, with career, with relationships, dealing with everything. So I'm getting a lot of strategy, a lot of words, a lot of tactics, a lot of thinking, planning, strategizing. Everything's going to be calculated. Everything they do with Harry and Meghan there is going to be strategic to the nth degree. So there's always going to be a ton of thinking behind everything and everything you read and everything they do and every move they make as a result of dealing with Harry and Meghan, right? So that's unfortunately the way it has to be when you have to deal with people like them. So I see a lot of that going on. But even still, with the I get the Five of Swords and with the Nine of Swords popping up here, things do end up on a stalemate for the most part. Everything doesn't come out and create a big brouhaha the way Meghan tries. But at the same time, I do think that Meghan is still and Harry are still going to cause some levels of hell here. And as far as relationships, I see with Prince William at the head of it, he's really going to be, confronting this scenario. This card is perfect for the King of Cups in this case, because I think William confronting Meghan right there. I mean, it says it all right there. And it is with hiring this crisis PR team. And that's, of course, why he hired it. And for his children as well, particularly his daughter. I think he knows that Charlotte's going to be the target the most. And I do think with Eight of Swords, like again, this interference could be seen because the Eight of Swords, again, is like being surrounded by the swords protected, in other words. So I think they are going to be able to interfere with Harry and Meghan's agendas of trying to trap them and make false accusations against them as they've done in the past. So I do see that a lot of strategy, a lot of thinking, a lot of success with that, but not without some pain and suffering and worry and anxiety and stress and anger and upset that's going to be caused by Harry and Meghan and their group behind them. Again, the Sussex Squad harassing, because it's so evil to think about Harry and Meghan walking around talking about mental health, and Harry doing podcasts with Oprah about mental health, and meanwhile they are destroying the mental health of people who are being attacked by the Sussex Squad, like Yankee Wally and others. So they destroy people's mental health and then turn around and talk like, oh, we're here to help with the mental health crisis. Meanwhile, he was causing it. I mean, you see the duplicitousness and the evilness, just so evil they all are. Harry and Meghan can be anyways. So there you have it. So it's going to be a struggle. And it's going to be an expensive struggle. It's going to be one where they have to overthink everything, unfortunately. But if they are careful about it and how they handle these, I think they have a very good idea what they're dealing with. And I think that, especially with their children, they are going to be extremely protective and cautious. And I think that they will win in the end and get the higher, because nobody likes Harry and Meghan anymore. Let's face it, Harry and Meghan don't have the power they had in the beginning when they were first on the stage and people didn't know anything about them. And now people know about them and dislike them. So even though Harry and Meghan are still trying to pull some tricks, I think that and they're going to be sneaky and try to do some nasty things. I think that they're not going to get away with it. They're not going to they're not going to get the leg up. They're not going to get what they want. The greedy one down here, always trying to get her grubby paws, is not going to get anywhere. But again, she could use that to play the victim, so you got to be careful, right, with dealing with snakes like her. So there you have it. It's going to be tricky, but I think Catherine and William are going to handle it very well with their new PR person, particularly this woman here. who's guiding them. I think that's the PR woman, is what I'm thinking. She looks like a very intelligent woman who's going to guide them the right way and keep out the meddlesome, troublesome Meghan Markle, who again is out to destroy uh, Catherine's reputation and William's reputation, and is unstoppable. The tungsten woman that will never stop. She's like a freaking robot from hell. Anyway, so there you have it. That is what I see. That's my forecast for William and Catherine regarding hiring a crisis PR management to fend off the abuse of Harry and Meghan and their Sussex squad. So I hope you found this interesting. So please like and subscribe. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye bye.